organization. And I'm going to introduce you to an amazing pair. And I'm going to actually turn it back so he can tell you all about this amazing dog. So if y'all will please turn your attention to the group.
Hi, I'm Blake Ovard with Fort Worth Kennel Club, and this is Tugg. First of all, I'd like to thank all y'all for coming over here, and I'm going to need to see everybody's papers. They asked me to tell you a little bit about Tugg. As everybody here knows, Tugg is a bull terrier. His story started when we got a call that there was a dog that somebody thought was severely burned. He was wrapped in a blanket. That blanket was staked to the side of the road, and on that stake was a little bitty sign that said "dog." One of our police officers went out there, and he said that he thought the dog was burned too. When our cruelty investigator got there to hit Tugg up, we determined that he wasn't burned. In fact, he had Demodex covering about 80% of his body. He had secondary infections, scabs covering all of the bare skin, and he was barely hanging on. Take into account that when he was wrapped in this blanket on the side of the road, it was July here in Texas. We took him back to the shelter. We gave him a bath to kind of see if we could get his eyes open because it was holding shut. We had him for about a week, and we tried to get every local rescue group we could think of to come and take this little bull terrier, and who at 4 months old was in such bad shape. All of them said they didn't have her. So after about a week, my wife and I said, you know, we're not going to let this dog die. So we took him home, and we took him to an emergency vet on a Sunday evening, and the emergency vet said he was too far gone. So we took him home because we didn't want to take no for an answer. And on Monday, we took him to see our regular vet, right here in Fort Worth, over at Southwest Fort Worth Kennel Hospital. Dr. Morris over there said he can make it, but it's going to take some time, it's going to take some love, and it's going to take a lot of medication. Well, in addition to the Demodex, like I said, he had infections, he had kennel cough, he had a few other issues, and he did take a lot of medications. But within a short amount of time, the scabbing and infections were being taken care of by the antibiotics, and he started getting his hair back. About the time that we were starting to treat him, I had a few friends that said they would like to keep up with him on Facebook. So, since I was also training a dog for the Extreme Love Makeover at the time, I decided to start his own Facebook page. And if any of y'all in here are on Facebook, you can look him up. It's Tugg with 2 G's, Bull Terrier on Facebook. And you will find him. And if you friend him, you will be one of about 4,400 people all over the world who are now following this dog and his daily adventures. In perspective, my wife and I have 2 finished breeders who are champions, so we do know how this sport goes. Tugg obviously is never going to show. However, he has something that I'm going to brag on a little bit here that no other dog in this building has. Tugg is also a superhero. He has a little red cape. He wears it sometimes when he goes to visit kids at school, and when he goes to the kids' hospitals, and when he goes out for some charities. We don't like to let him wear it inside because we don't want him to fly around too much inside. The Hall of Heroes, the National Superhero Museum, they all the comic books and all that kind of stuff. They have actually inducted Tugg into the Hall of Heroes. He's the only living dog ever to be inducted into the superhero museum. So this little dog, who was barely hanging on in July, now stands before you, having just had a birthday in March. And it just goes to show you what a little time will do. Tugg is a little terrier. He is a little boy. 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 He is a little bo pet puppies, and I'm not talking about the show puppies because I know where they're going to be, but when you have the pet puppies and they end up out there, I would like to ask that you make an extended effort to keep up with what's going on with those puppies, so that they don't end up like Tugg on the side of the road with a little sign next to it that says dog. Just so that's about all I have. So thank y'all so much. Enjoy the cruise.